Well, it's definitely been a while since I last made one of these. So in the previous episode we finished off with a kilowatt hat of cards, a small amount of pure keys and refined, and a few high tier items, and I said that I was going to probably try and buy some quick sells with the pure. Just before we get into the first few trades of this episode, guys, I'd like to say a massive thank you for all the support shown on these previous episodes. The last episode of this actually has about 10,000 views, the one before has about 9,000, and it's all really high amounts, so I really do know you guys like this, and it really does motivate me to make more. Speaking of which, I'm really sorry I haven't actually produced a lot of Rags to Riches in the previous month or so. It's due to the fact that first, I haven't really been focused on trading. I've been more focused on my college work, so taking the time out of my day to go and trade servers really hasn't been too much of an option. But apart from that, I mean, I think it's just down to me not being able to put the work in, really. But now I'm going to be focusing on it in the future and should be able to release episodes faster. So without further ado, let's get into the first trade of this episode. So this first trade is going to be us selling one of the high tier items that I mentioned previously. I'm going to be adding some of the refined we had to my strange space hamster and getting 4 keys pure. In total, the person I was trading with actually paid the backpack.tf price of the hamster, so it really wasn't profitable for either of us. It's just an easy way for me to get some pure keys and get rid of some refined in our backpack. So I did mention that I was going to be buying some quick sells, and that is exactly what I ended up doing. As you can see, I spent all of the 28 keys that I had left over from the previous episode that were still in my backpack, and I actually managed to buy 2 unusuals. I did add a small amount of items, however the unusuals that I received definitely mean we profited from the trade. As you can see, the items in total I am paying add to roughly 29 keys, and the person I ended up trading with, who was Satch, I think I've mentioned him in a previous video before, but he was selling this Orbiting Planets Infernal Impaler and a Smoking Pencil Pusher that add to around 40 keys, so we're actually going to be making around 10 keys or so profit just from making this trade. Satch was quick selling all of his unusuals due to the fact that he was actually cashing out of Team Fortress 2 to buy a car, which is such a crazy concept, so I wish him the best of luck in that, and we had actually managed to pick up these 2 unusuals for a very reasonable price. So hopefully I can flip these on, maybe upgrade them to a higher tier unusual, and maybe get sort of into that higher tier margin of around 40 plus keys. So this one actually took me by surprise, and I wasn't actually recording, but I ended up trading my hat of cards and the black painted villain's veil, as you can see in my backpack there, for a circling hearts gym rat and a pool party taunt. I'm not really sure if I could call this an upgrade or a downgrade. I'd say it's a slight downgrade, and I do end up getting a small amount of overpay. As you can see, I'm paying near enough 25 keys, and his circling heart gym rat along with his pool party taunt actually add to, I mean, roughly going by backpack.tf, near enough the same price. It's 25.05, so it's literally a 2 ref difference. However, I feel like the circling heart gem rat, although it is a heavy unusual, should be much easier to trade due to the fact, of course, it's circling a heart, an extremely desirable mid to high tier effect on a low tier hat, so it's very affordable and easy if someone wants to get into high tier effects or make their heavy look quite expensive, I suppose. So I didn't make a huge amount of profit, literally about 2 refined. However, I think I should be able to flip this gym rat for some profit. So again, very similar to the last trade, I didn't unfortunately record the actual trading process, but I recorded me putting the items into my backpack. As you can see on the screen now, I ended up selling my gym rat along with the pool party taunt and that strange fancy dress uniform we got last episode for an Orbiting Fire virtual reality headset and a kilowatt respectless robo rubber glove. The virtual reality headset is priced at 15.5 keys, and the rubber glove is priced at roughly 13 keys, so in total we got about 28.5 keys. The gym rat was about 21, and the ads I provided were about 5 to 6 keys, so I ended up getting about 1 to 2 keys overpay on this downgrade. So earlier I did mention that I was intending on upgrading some unusuals, and that is exactly what I did. After a brief discussion with this person, I was initially going to offer on their Disco Beatdown Executioner, but we couldn't really come to a deal. I ended up trading my 3 lower tier unusuals, not including the respectless rubber glove, and upgrading it to this duped Power Surge Brown Bomber. Going by backpack.tf prices, I was actually making over 10 keys profit, which is quite crazy. However, there's currently a Brown Bomber on the market for 55 keys, which is a clean one, and the one I've purchased is duped, so unfortunately I don't quite think I've made that 10 keys profit, but still, going by backpack.tf, it's quite a large profit regardless, and I should be able to flip it to make some profit using the backpack.tf pricing. It's actually a really nice hat. I feel like the only aspect of this that would make it hard to trade is the fact that it's duped, and the other one on the market is 55, but again, I feel like that one on the market that's 55 probably only wants pure, so I really don't see the issue. It's freshly priced 2 months ago, and a really nice all-class hat with a pretty nice effect. So we ended up selling our brown bomber within like a day. Actually, it was literally within the same day that we got it for a Burning Flame Shooter Solar Toppy, which was duped, and a Specialized Killstreak Australian Sniper Rifle. The Sniper Rifle is essentially pure. All Australians to me are essentially pure, so that is essentially 25 pure plus a 40 key unusual. Although the Solar Toppy is duped, it is a very low tier burning hat, which generally are really easy to trade, and overall, although we lost a couple keys in value, we still overall made profit, and I feel like I may sell this sniper rifle to get some nice pure, but I feel like this is actually a suitable place to finish up the episode. Thank you guys all so much for tuning in. This was a lot faster paced than the previous episodes, and we managed to fit in a lot more trades in a much shorter amount of time. So if you do prefer it in this style, do let me know down in the comments section below. Again, I really do hope you guys did enjoy, and I'm sorry again that it took so long. If you have any feedback or just want to let me know what you thought, then do tell me down in the comment section below, and that's just about it. Thanks again for watching, guys, and peace.